Hi, I'm Zack Dalton, and welcome to another episode of Rio's How-To video series. In this episode, I'd like to talk about twist and memory in a fly line and the difference between them and how to get rid of both of them. First, I'm going to show you twist in a fly line. Twist shows up in a fly line via a couple of different ways. It could be your casting stroke if you've got an elliptical casting stroke, if you're casting a large fly, or if you're making a cast and you're not shooting all the line that you've got stripped off the reel every time. All of those introduce twist into a fly line. Twist looks like this. It looks like a yo-yo string that's been used too much. You can't stretch twist out of a fly line no matter how hard you try. If you've got twist, it's just going to wind back on itself. A couple of tricks that I like to use to get rid of the twist, however. One of the easiest ones is to clip your fly off, make a long downstream cast almost all the way to your backing, and let those twists unroll naturally. An easier method that I know is to take your rod between your thumb and your forefinger, and if you're a right-handed caster, rotate it towards yourself. That'd be counterclockwise, and that's going to eliminate the twists. If you're a left-handed caster, you're going to want to go the opposite direction because you're putting twist in opposite directions. After you've done those twists, make a long cast, a couple long casts or a roll cast, and that'll clear that out. And I'll strip this line and kind of hold it together again for you. And you can see that that technique has eliminated all the twist from the line. Next, I'm going to set this down and pick up a saltwater rod and show you memory. So memory looks quite a bit different coming off a reel. This isn't winding on itself. This is just showing the coils that have been created sitting on the reel for an extended amount of time. This is really easy to get rid of. You simply have to stretch the line or anneal the line. So I'll take a length of line, maybe 18 inches to 2 feet, and give it a nice tug. Stretch a length of it here, and then I can show you by holding a loop down that I've removed the memory from this fly line. Prior to fishing in a saltwater situation or even a trout situation, I'm going to go ahead and stretch my line every time to make sure that it lays completely straight on the water. Next up, I'm going to show you a couple tricks on how to apply this to some double-handed rods as well. The same factors that introduce twist into a single-handed rod also do the same thing to a double-handed rod. Casting a fly that's really large, having too much shooting line out and not clearing it on every single cast. And also, a surefire way to introduce twist into your setup is loading your head onto your spey rod incorrectly. I've got some shooting line here that I'm going to kind of demonstrate the incorrect way to do that. And then I've got a spey head in my pocket to show you the right way to do that. So the wrong way to do it is if you load the head onto your fingers and you pull the line off coil over coil just like that. That's developing mad twist right into the head. If you do that, you're going to have to manually remove that. You're going to have to kick the head downstream and slowly push out every single twist that's formed into the line. There's a couple easy ways to eliminate that in the first place. So the first thing that I would like to show you is the spey swivel. This is a little junction between your head and your shooting line invented by Josh Lynn of Oregon. It's a fantastic little invention. That's a great way to help eliminate twist before it even forms. What I like to do, in the proper way to put your head onto your running line, is to make sure you uncoil your head nice and straight, end over end, just like this. You can see that that's coming off perfectly straight, laying in the water, perfectly straight, and all of the twist is going to be gone. You can also add twist to your head by having a misaligned Dloop on your casting stroke. And that typically occurs by not rotating your rod far enough around and straightening up your Dloop so you've got a parallel casting stroke. Here's a demonstration of one that came around perfectly straight. Here's a demonstration of one that's come around and I'm driving down the wrong track. And every time I drive down the wrong track, that's going to introduce a twist into my running line or my head. If I've done that too many times and I've built up too much twist in my running line, I'm gonna have to take my head off again and strip out a long length of this shooting line, almost all the way out to the backing. So then after I've done that, I want to pinch the shooting line between my thumb and my forefinger and reel it back in, forcing that twist out to the end of the shooting line. And I want to do that without the spay head on there. I hope these tips and techniques help you keep the twist and memory out of your fishing and your fly line so you have a more enjoyable time on the water. Thanks for watching.
You